Hi, second grade. Today is the day. Lesson 16, publish. Today is the day you're going to publish your work. Just like the last cycle with Miss Stephanie, you're going to use your personal narrative checklist. And I've already finished mine, so I have gone through all these checklists to make sure that I was ready. So just to remind yourself, here's what you need for your checklist. I use sensory detail. I included dialogue and inner thoughts. My story has a strong beginning. My story has a strong ending. I showed character feelings using action, dialogue, and inner thoughts. I put a period, exclamation point, or question mark at the end of every sentence. I put quotation marks around dialogue. I use correct capitalization, and here's all the reasons for capitalization. I indented paragraphs on my final draft. So you're going to look through this and make sure that you are ready to do your final copy of your personal narrative. This one is going to be after you're going to think about this as you're doing your final draft. You're also going to need this tool. It has the spelling sounds on it, and you're going to use this card to try your best to make sure you're using the accurate sounds. So think about using that. And of course, you're going to need your personal narrative writing notebook. So you're going to take all of your notes and edit marks, and you're not going to put your edit marks in your final copy, but you're going to use them as a tool to know how to write your paper. And just want to show you mine, the big difference. So here's my final copy. It's called, I gave it a title, Bear Cubs, and I wrote my name for the author. I drew a picture of the bear cubs, and I think I'm going to go back and add some background of the trees in the forest because I think that'll make my cover more strong. And I really wanted to do my best writing, so I took my time. This took me a while to do, so I really encourage you to take your time so it can be your neatest handwriting. And I still used a pencil because I did make some mistakes, and using a pencil will allow me to erase them. And wow, just looking at the big difference between this paper and this paper, this one looks much easier to read. So I used 2 fingers for making my new paragraphs. And I'll just read the first page for you so you can get started on yours. Have you ever seen a large wild animal on a camping trip? This is the story of the first time it happened to me. Will and I were walking on a wooden trail at Grover Hot Springs. The earthy pine smell mixed with the fresh cut wood, and I thought to myself, this must be a new trail. I could see lots of trees full of green pine around me. It was quiet, and all I could hear was our footsteps and the rustling leaves. I'm going to stop there so you have time to get started. So first, make sure you have all the tools that you need. Make sure you go through your checklist to make sure you're ready to do your final copy. Make sure you use the Cycle 3 final draft paper. And remember, you're going to use the editing tools that you put on your paper to tell you what to do for your final copy, okay? So I'm not actually writing the symbol. I'm using it to tell me that I need a new paragraph at this part. Okay, go ahead and get started, friends.